I've got a very, very special guest. Her name's Ling, and she's one of the members of staff at Blackpool Macfadden College. How are you doing, Ling? You okay?
Good, thank you, Eddie. Thanks
Yeah,
for inviting me today.
it's okay. How long have you worked at the college?
I've worked at the college, well, I've been at the college for 15 years and I started off as a student. I've been teaching for about 11 years in total.
And what do you actually teach here?
Yeah, so I teach professional construction, but I started with a painting and decorating background, where I was an apprenticeship, and then I did a HND in construction and built environment, and then I was very lucky to be selected to be a teacher within the construction department, and I've progressed up the levels from there, really.
So what inspired you to go into construction?
Well, like I said, my background is painting and decorating, and I've always been quite a creative person. So going back to when I was in sixth form at St Mary's, I felt like, I was an art student, but I didn't feel like I'd be able to get a career from art. So I thought I'd direct it into, decorating, and still put my sort of creativity into that. And I thought that would be more of a sensible choice for a career pathway because everyone lives somewhere, everyone works somewhere. You're always going to need a decorator. So that's how I got into construction itself.
And what about, okay, you've been at the college 15 years, so about the same time as me, really. What did you sort of witness any frowns or, you know what I mean? Because obviously you're a female going into a male-dominated industry.
I would honestly say at college I didn't really come across any inappropriate comments, but on site definitely. It was a very different industry on site, and I was approached on various occasions for different requests, which I turned down, of course. But no, because of the type of guys that were on my course and they were all similar ages to me, they were much more respectful to girls. And for them, especially my year group, they just saw it as normal. It was only when I went into the industry where I was working with people who were probably 30 years older than me, who had this very old fashioned mentality that females, shouldn't be on site and, should be making cups of tea or cleaning. So for me, it just spurred me on to show them, show them who's boss.
Okay, so that's absolutely brilliant. But what about, let's have a look at your achievements. From 15 years ago to now, what do you feel that you could tell us about your achievements?
I'm really proud of all the things that I have achieved, and I always apply 100% into everything I do. So going back to when I first came to the college and was a decorator, I won an award every year for being the best decorator in construction. I finished, I carried on into my HNC, also won Student of the Year for both the years of that, and then won Student of the Year 2011 for the whole of construction. And I also went up against others across college as well at the Pleasure Beach event, the Cross College Awards. So I've like that was like my decorating and my studying life. And then since being a teacher, I've been nominated for Teacher of the Year every year I've been here, and I won it in 2014. And I've been in top 10 probably 7 times. So to me, obviously, those are those sorts of achievements. But other achievements, I would say, is obviously seeing my students grow up and become qualified, contact me in this day and age asking me if I've got student CVs for job opportunities that they have for us. So the full cycle for me is quite an achievement, and it's exciting, and I get a lot from that, where the students they stay or they get back in touch 5 years later after they're all qualified and start to offer us more opportunities.
Wow. Now, next couple of questions. First one is, have you got any role models? As a young person or even now, what role models have you got?
Role models. Oh gosh, it depends what sort of industry we talk about, really, because
Just I'll look in general. In general, like when I was younger, Muhammad Ali was my role model.
right, okay.
Okay, so if you have a look at somebody when you was obviously Your age.
I'll be honest with you, it sounds really weird, but Lucy Liu, because when I was very, very young, my parents used to watch Ally McBeal on Channel 4,
Right, yeah.
and it was the first time I ever heard anyone else with the same name as me. And there was a girl in that called Ling, with a hard L, Ling, and her name was Lucy Liu, the actress. And for me, it was like, oh my God, someone who looks like me, someone who's fierce, you know, she was so fierce, and she was really, really inspiring. And like I said, someone who looks like me as well. Because obviously I'm half Chinese, there's not many, you know, at the time, you know, that was a bit unusual. It's not so much now, which is fantastic. But there was never anyone I could compare myself to. But, you know, my mum was really strong, and, you know, we're very opposite. She's fair haired, blue eyes, green eyes, or occasionally. And, you know, like, she made sure like I had, you know, like a Chinese Barbie rather than a blonde Barbie. You know, like, it made sure that I got to participate in, you know, sports teams and things like that. And my dad's always been there for me too, you know, as well. So, you know, I've got really good parental support all the way through my career journey. And I think having a lot of strong, like my mum's a strong Irish lady, and you know, my granny and my aunties, you know, they're all really inspirational people, and I've just sort of pulled from all of them, really. But ultimately, I've tried to make myself a role model, if I'm honest. I've always, you know, strive to be the best that I can be, and hope that I then influence other people. So, you know, I do have some female students over the years. I do currently have some as well. But even you know, like through the respect I get from my male students too, you know, I can see that whatever I've been doing, you know, I think, you know, the students are benefiting from it, and you know, I have become a role model in that sense. I don't want to sort of come across as though I'm blowing my own trumpet there as well. You know, it's just through life experience, and I know myself better, and I know what I want, and I know what I want to pass on, and have that legacy sort of continue, really. So it's hard to pick one person.
Right. I can see that. Well, I can sort of obviously, sort of in my mind, your grandparents and your mother are very influential to you. I've been to a number of schools, one in particular, and there was a group, it was 150 students, but there was, I would say, about 50-50 females. If you had to stand in front of those females and give them some encouragement, what would you say to them?
I'd say to them, don't let anyone tell you can't do something. Always try your best, and try your best to stay positive. I think those are the three key things I would say, but don't let anyone tell you can't do something, because to me, that makes me want to do it even more so.
Absolutely. And the last question on this interview, what does International Women's Day mean to you?
Oh, this is a really good question. Yeah. So International Women's Day, and you know, I'm all for equal rights, so I always promote the fact that there is an International Men's Day as well. But for me, this is about talking and learning from other inspirational women, and their journeys, that, you know, understanding that actually we've all got a journey, every single one of us, male or female. But International Women's Day, we can celebrate, you know, females becoming more independent, having more senior roles in businesses, and having that equal opportunity there as well. So for me, you know, I'm so lucky. Today I've even met lots of inspirational senior quantity surveyors, architects, design teams, site managers, and to me that opportunity today has been fantastic, and for me to get to share my story along with other ladies too, and we hope to inspire other younger females. That would be it.
So you're going to be celebrating tomorrow then?
I would definitely, yes.
That's absolutely fantastic. Ling, may I say thank you very much for your time. I know you're very, very busy. I really do appreciate you speaking to me today, and have a fantastic day tomorrow.
Oh, thank you so much, Eddie. Always a pleasure.
Okay, thank you.
Take care.
Okay,
bye.
bye-bye. Bye-bye.